Hello, and welcome to this review of the Regency Vows historical romance book series by Martha Waters. I'm Olivia, your favorite resource for book recommendations you can easily screenshot. You're watching Random Olive Reads. First up is To Have and To Hoax. Violet and James have been married for 5 years, and 4 of them have been spent in chilly silence from an argument that none of their friends know the details about. And now, suddenly, Violet is feigning consumption to get James's sympathy and attention. But he's onto her pretty quickly. It's basically just a comedy of errors and miscommunication all the way around, and really fun to read and watch these two get back together. This book was also a really nice setup for the friend group that surrounds both Violet and James, and these meddlesome friends get their romances in future books of the series. To Love and to Loathe is book 2 of the series. Widowed Diana has bet Marquess Jeremy that he will marry within the year, adding drama to their bantering, bickering, semi-friendship over the years. Meanwhile, his last lover has critiqued his bedroom skills and he needs some honest feedback, so he propositions Diana for the job. She accepts, but is also trying to set him up with someone else at the same time. They are completely stubborn about their feelings and often put up a charming, carefree facade in society, and of course are only ever open and vulnerable with each other. Another great book in the series with a really nice setup for the next one. To Marry and to Meddle is book 3 of the series. We finally get to see the romance here between Emily and Julian in a marriage of convenience story. We start right at the end of the house party from book 2, where Julian has been kind of courting Emily and hinting that he would be able to save her family's debt as her husband. We start right with a proposal in chapter 1 and learn about Julian's motivations for getting married. He basically wants to improve the reputation of his scandalous theater to get the attention and approval of his estranged father. Emily is finally enjoying a bit of freedom away from her overbearing parents, and she's learning to express her own opinions instead of always being so prim and proper. The romance between these two was easy and fun to read, with an interfering kitten added for the comedy factor. To Swoon and to Spar is book 4 of the series. We have Viscount Penvale, older brother to Diana from book 2, who finally has an opportunity to purchase his family's estate back from his uncle, but he needs to marry his uncle's ward Jane as part of the deal. Jane is socially awkward and kind of sharp, so Penvale's group of happily married friends are a little skeptical of the union. After the arranged marriage takes place and Penvale and Jane are back at the estate, she starts to enact her plan of haunting the castle to drive Penvale away. Jane thinks he'll just go back to his life in London, leaving her alone in the seaside like she wants. This one is definitely a slow burn towards friendship and then love with lots of humor, as Penvale figures out pretty quickly that Jane is the culprit of the haunting, and then we get to see everyone back together again for a house party at the end of the book. To Woo and to Wed is book 5 and the final book of the series. West and Sophie had been courting 7 years ago until West's disapproving father got involved and Sophie ended up married to somebody else. Not only that, but West was badly injured in a curricle race that also killed his best friend, and he's been in a rough place ever since. Now that widowed Sophie is back in West's social sphere, they just keep running into each other at various events. He's pretty sure she's not open to another courtship, so he tries his best to keep his distance. Until Sophie proposes a fake engagement so that her sister would be willing to marry her own suitor without fear of Sophie's loneliness. Seeing an opportunity to spend more time with Sophie and to rile up his horrible father, West agrees. And so we have a fake engagement second chance situation where these two finally talk about what went wrong all those years ago. So this series features a pretty tight-knit social circle and makes the most sense reading in order. We get to start and end the series with the manipulations of an overbearing duke and how he influences the marriages of his 2 sons. However, despite the paternal meddling, we do get to see these brothers and all their friends find love. There was humor and heartbreak and a lot of crazy antics within the series. So if you're looking for a Regency rom-com, this series is for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you found a book or two to add to your TBR. Links to all of these books are in the description box. Like and subscribe to get updates, and you can follow me on Instagram at randomolive.